Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Summer Daily News Show. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. People. I got to start off though. Before we get into any transfer news and all that stuff around Liverpool Football Club, I got to shout out to my brother Drifty. It's his birthday today. People all join me wishing my bro Drifty a massive happy birthday. Blessings, bro. Big up to yourself. You know it is. It's all love, brother, and you enjoy your birthday. If anyone deserves to have a fantastic birthday, it is you, my bro. Enough love, and we'll catch up very, very soon. So, people, make sure you leave a comment for Drifty. Go and head over to Drifty's social media, Insta, Twitter, wherever. Wish him a happy birthday. Just give him all the love and appreciation today. Today's Drifty Day. That's what today is, Drifty Day. So, big up Drifty. Right, let's get into the first transfer story of the day. Colwill, mad, because we were speaking about this yesterday, me and Matt on the Monday show. And if you haven't watched that show, make sure you tune in and watch that show because it was a very good show. The 20-year-old Chelsea player who was on loan at Brighton for the whole of last season is attracting a lot of interest from Liverpool Football Club. And I understand why. Left-footed centre-back, left-footed, strong, good in the air, good on the ground, good playing out with the ball from the back. The kid's quality, 20 years old as well, so wouldn't have to be registered, but will also become homegrown as well. If you had a list of boxes, he's ticking them all. One box that you can't tick, though, is when a club doesn't want to sell. Now, apparently, Colwill is very much interested in the project at Liverpool Football Club. However, Chelsea are adamant they do not want to sell, even for, I quote, a record fee. And look, I get it. I can't hate on Chelsea. If the roles were reversed, we don't want to sell him either. I know they've got Badia Shile, but you're Colwill as well. You want to have a squad. And with Poch there, you can either go 4-4-2. Sorry, you can go 4 at the back, 3 at the back. And Colwill can play in both systems comfortably as well. For me, I understand if Chelsea want to sell, but for Liverpool, it's either him or Inacio. And it's a no-brainer for me. It's him or Inacio. If I could pick out the two, probably go Colwill at the moment, only because of the upside with regards to homegrown and the fact that he's had Premier League experience, etc. And he's having a really good Euros. Excuse me, guys. Hay fever is badding me up today. I would go for Colwill. However, I don't know if I'd break the record fee for him because he's not going to be a starter straight away. He might not be a starter for a year or two. Plus the pressure of that price tag as well. And just the way we operate as a club. I know before anyone gets onto me, we just splashed out on Szoboszlai, sorry. But if rumors are to be believed, we borrowed the money to pay for it, and then we'll pay that money back over a certain period. Again, whether we like it or not, that's how we operate. I don't see us spending 80 mil on a centre back when we can go and get Inacio and release his release clause or trigger his release clause for around 40 mil. To me, I just don't see that happening. Colwill isn't twice the player Inacio is. He might never be twice the player. So it swings and roundabouts. I wouldn't trigger a world record fee for him. But I would push hard. I'd be honest, probably up to about 45 mil for Colwill. In today's market, I don't think that's terrible. But I'd love for you guys to let me know what you would do. Would you go for Inacio and trigger his release clause, which is about £40 million? Or would you go all out for Colwill and try and get him in this summer? One player apparently we're not in for anymore is this man. Matt and Drifty, look away now. Khephren Thuram apparently is not wanted by Liverpool Football Club anymore. Seems a bit of a weird one, but it doesn't at the same time. I personally believe this is a knock-on effect from the Szoboszlai deal. And when that deal did happen, I did say to Matt and Drift behind the scenes, I can't see us getting Thuram as well, because Thuram's another 8. He's not a 6. And the argument was you can mold him into a 6. You can mold him into a 6. He might not be able to be molded into a 6. Plus, are we in a position to take that risk right now? I don't think we are. It seems as though Nice aren't going to sell to anyone though this summer, which again fills me with a bit of optimism, because if we keep our midfielders, again, we'll speak about a couple of the midfielders. If 1 or 2 go next season, then you would imagine that he'd be one of the first names we'd try and bring in. Plus, he has another year under his belt of regular game time as well. So again, we never know what's going to happen this window. We didn't think we'd get Szoboszlai over the line as quickly as we did. We didn't think we'd get him at all. We didn't think we'd get him over the line as quickly as we did, but we did. So look, let's just wait and see what happens. We've seen so many crazy takes so far in this window. We'll see. Another crazy take that's been happening in this window is the rise of the Saudi Arabia League. And this man, who was the massive talking point last night on the Monday night show, Thiago Alcantara, has been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. However, he has apparently rejected any advances. And we're not talking about the club. He himself has rejected any advances, which says to me he's more than willing to stay and fight for his place at Liverpool. He seems to have a real love and affiliation with the club. Let's be honest, he chose us. He could have stayed at Bayern. He could have gone Barcelona at the time. Could have gone Man United, Man City. He could have gone anywhere. He wanted specifically to come to Liverpool. He's got love for the club. So him wanting to stay and fight for his place, and I know this is going to trigger a few people. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Thiago, he's brilliant. I get the injury concerns. I do. I'm the first to point it out. And I've always said if the club were to say, look, we've got to move him on, I'd understand. But if we're keeping him, considering we've made some improvements in that area so far, then I'm all good with it. Another player who's been linked with a Saudi Arabia move is this man, though. So Steven Gerrard took over the club. AL-ETTIFAQ, I believe yesterday, made official. And apparently the first player he wants to bring there to join him is this man, our captain, Jordan Brian Henderson. Now, straight away, I know a large section of you are going to go, sell him, perfect. Get 50 mil if you can from Saudi Arabia. They got the money. Gerrard loves him. He'll pay it. And I hear you. I hear you. From a talent perspective, I get it. Henderson's not the guy for us. With all due respect to Henderson, he might be one of our least talented midfielders. But he's still a leader. And with so many players coming in potentially this summer, you might need him to bridge that gap between keeping the standards high with current players and raising the standards of new players. That shouldn't be the only reason we keep him, though, because we have got other players who should be able to do that by now. Robbo, Virgil, Thiago, all these players have been at the club long enough. Flacco. But homegrown, you knew I was going to mention it, guys. You know what I'm about now. Homegrown. We have to speak about it. Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, Sepp Vandenberg, Jordan Henderson, Milner, Ox. Could be 6 homegrown players leaving. I'm not even mentioning Kelleher, I don't think. Could be leaving this window. We can't keep on losing homegrown players. If it means Hendo's got to stay for another season, it means Hendo's got to stay for another season. However, if we are given a massive offer and he decides that he wants to make the move, then we have to go and get homegrown players. There's no two ways about it. So the question I have for you guys is, 1, would you sell Henderson? And 2, name me 2 homegrown players you'd bring in, but you can't use Colwill. So 2 homegrown players you'd bring in, but you can't use Colwill. It's a tricky one, that. There ain't a lot of great homegrown players loitering about. I'll give you one, Harvey Barnes maybe. But again, how many left wingers do you want? Doesn't really make sense. Speaking of someone who could become homegrown is this man now. And apparently we are looking into making an offer imminently for Romeo Lavia. Again, splits opinion. The kid is brilliant for his age, but is he brilliant for Liverpool Football Club to take us to the next level? Is he better than Flacco? Is he going to come in and improve that DM position? I have my reservations. A man like Matt definitely doesn't. Some do, some don't. It seems as though we're waiting to make an offer, but I think what's happening with this one is Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool are all sitting there waiting to see who strikes first. Because whoever strikes first, for me, will set off a ripple effect. I think if, say, for example, Liverpool go over a £40 million bid and it's accepted, I think Arsenal and Chelsea go over with the same amount, and then it becomes a 3-way battle on who gets his signature. So I think everyone's waiting to see who twists first, and everyone's sticking at the moment. So I expect Lavia to definitely move this summer. Where he goes to, though, remains to be seen. But people, going to wrap up for this edition of the Summer Daily News Show. First and foremost, make sure you big up Drifty in the comments for his birthday. Let me know if you'd sell Henderson, and let me know 2 homegrown players you'd bring in if we sold Henderson. And finally, would you pay what it takes or what we need to do to get Colwill? People, it's always a pleasure chopping up. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also check out the Monday show. People, it's always a love and a vibe chopping out with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish and we're out, people. Take care.